I couldn't help but think of Jesus last week as I watched the Senate confirmation hearings with Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. Now, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to, but particularly also to watch some of the proceedings. And while some of the senators really seem to be asking honest questions to discern, does this person deserve a place on the highest court in the land? We know that some other senators were just literally asking questions to try to trap her. And I don't know if you saw her responses, but I loved how she would pause, breathe deeply, put on the half smile that we've been taught to put on, and then respond. And so I figure that whatever she was thinking of during those moments is what Jesus was writing on the ground.
And they kept asking her, why did you only give him 3 months in jail for his crime? Why did you do that? So she explained that the way the court makes its decision about sentencing is it depends on other people besides herself. She has to depend upon, for example, the parole officer and other committees, and they sit together for weeks and they go over the situation to see who this person is and what other crimes did they commit in the past, etc., etc. And what happened was, she said that looking at this situation with this 18-year-old and discussing it for weeks with groups of other people, I came to the decision that this was the best sentence for him. They disapproved. So we do still live in a time where, of course, we have to interpret the law. But what she said was, I have to take into consideration many factors when I make a sentence. Sometimes I follow the recommendations of 3 years to 20 years. She said, sometimes I go below and sometimes I go above. But she said, in this particular case, I decided to give the lesser sentence. An interpretation of the law based upon the factors of the person involved. So here we see Jesus making this decision about this woman and saying to them, if you have not sinned, throw the first stone at her.
I meant to say this Sunday when I preached about the woman caught in the act of adultery, and I thought it was important to deal with that, particularly as we looked at what was happening on Capitol Hill with Judge Brown Jackson being drilled by that Senate, how they treated her, and how it was that Senator Booker came to her rescue and spoke and reminded her and empowered her and inspired her to stay the course, because what you're doing, you have a greater purpose beyond this moment, and God is all in this. I thought about the woman who was treated so terribly by those people who threw her at Jesus' feet, and how Jesus, just as Cory Booker did, spoke life into her and said, where are your accusers? Is no one here to condemn you? Neither will I. Go your way.